Hey guys, I'm back and we are playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Today we're going to be doing a copper drop stream. We're going to be checking out a reward that you can earn for free, but a little bit of time and effort is required for this one. And actually not a whole lot of time and effort really required. It's quite an easy reward to earn, very simple. And nice universal camo. This is tied to obviously the haunting season events and all that. And there's been a new event that kicked off this week and is basically play the game, enjoy the game, and you will be able to earn a bunch of rewards. Now, this particular reward is not the max tier reward. It is one of the mid rewards, or like middle of the track rewards. But it's a universal camo, so I wanted to check it out, whereas the other rewards are like a blueprint and operator skin. Obviously, I've equipped the operator skin, which is the final reward. As you can see, this is the operator skin for the final reward. But this is definitely not a showcase specifically for that skin. We're going to be checking out the universal camo. So let's go ahead and see what is what and go from there. So they recently added the Trick or Treat candy hunt event, and it tasks you with playing multiplayer, zombies, or Warzone. And by doing so, you will have the opportunity to collect candy by various methods. And as you collect candy, you unlock various tiers in each of these tracks. And once you complete a track, you will move on to the next track and continue earning rewards. So it's similar to like the previous events, like the DNA strand events, but not exactly the same. There's only like one type of candy, like a large batch and a smaller batch kind of thing. It's like that. And you collect them. But as you collect them, you progress through the track. And once you've completed the track, you can just keep moving forward. There is no time gate to it or anything like that. As far as like next week, we'll unlock this track and all, like the DNA event. So this one, as long as you collect them, you can knock all of this stuff out in one sitting as you please. And again, it doesn't really ask you to do a whole load. So for the first set of rewards, first 5 set of rewards, you need to collect a total of 1,500 candy. And each time you collect the candy, it varies in the value of how much you're collecting. I don't know the exact numbers of the value of the candy, but it's more than just one. It's like, I think in like the 30s and 50s per collection or something like that. I don't know. So it's not asking you to collect 1,500 individual candies in the game. It does like multiply as you collect them and stuff like that. It's got a strange calculation system. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, it's not as difficult as that number even comes close to sounding. Now, the reward we're checking out is in the second track and requires 1,200 candy after completing the first track. So you do need to complete the first track, collect 1,500, and then you'll move on to the second track. And then in the second track, there are various rewards. And when you get to 1,200 candy, you will unlock this universal camo, which is called Halloween Spoils. And that is what we're going to be checking out today. So it's track 2, 1,200 candy collection. As mentioned, you do need to complete the first track before you can start progressing through the second track. Yeah, that's what we're going to be checking out. Now, there are 4 total tracks, all requiring a total of 1,500 candy. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, it's small items and all. I think the 4-track, this 1,250 requirement, that's a blueprint for a melee weapon. So that is one of the other big items. And yeah, I mean, I didn't really want to showcase a melee weapon blueprint, so I thought best showcase this one, the universal camo. Now, just also another heads up, since I will not be showcasing the operative skin in particular, the operative skin requires about like 1 million candy, and this sounds insanely daunting, but for me, it was kind of weird. I was playing multiplayer for the chunk of yesterday. So I had completed most of these tracks while I was playing multiplayer. So I had maybe like 100, and I don't even know how like the candy's calculated, honestly. I'm not totally certain, because these tracks have different values number-wise, while this one has like some crazy higher value, right? So I actually don't know how exactly this number was calculated versus those numbers, because they were definitely not matching up quantity-wise, right? So like quantity-wise, you're looking at maybe like 6,000 candy, like once you complete these tracks. Whereas before I had even completed this track, in this particular track, I had like something like 125,000 candy. So obviously, like the lineup between the king size treat versus the regular challenges, the values are different. So yeah, not totally certain how that went by. But then I jumped into like Warzone, and I played a little bit of Plunder, backed out of that game because I wasn't enjoying it, and then jumped into Purgatory Island. And in Warzone, to get the candy, you just need to loot up the cash boxes that are scattered around the map. And as you open them, candy pops out. And sometimes candy doesn't even pop out, but you're still getting credit for collecting candy by opening up the boxes, it seems. So even when it's not visually showing the candy popping out, you are getting credit for collecting them for some reason, right? And within a few minutes, I had already earned this Blood Red Riding Hood operator skin for Banshee. So I don't know how that happened, but yeah, I was playing for a few hours in multiplayer and nearly completed the base track and had about like 125,000 candy collected. And then I jumped into like Plunder and the Purgatory Island and was only in it playing it for like a few minutes, looting up, and I had completed the entire track. So I don't know if that was a bug or something like that, but yeah, that might be something you want to consider. Definitely like consider jumping into like Plunder, right? And just loot up the chests there. That will get you quite a bit of collected. Or alternatively, if you don't want to play Plunder, you can jump into the Purgatory Island thing and loot up there. So those seemed like it tracked very, very quickly. I'm not totally certain again, but I think because I had completed these tracks prior to jumping into Plunder and Warzone, I think you do get multipliers for the candy collected. So like, I think these, I don't know, man. It's really weird, the tracking system for this. I think maybe these treat sections, or if you complete each track, you get multipliers for the candy collected that contributes to the mastery reward, operator skin. So I think that's why it like completed fast. The other thing that you might want to be like aware of is in the track, when you get these haha kind of like things, there's some pretty fun little like side notes there that you might want to go through and just read, because I did find those quite entertaining. Like this one says there are other maps besides Shipment, and there's a whole bunch of them that, you know, have like different little sayings that are definitely, in my opinion, worth going through and just reading for the fun of it. So yeah, that's how I guess. Oh, jeez, that's a loud bike. So I guess that's how it somewhat works, something like that, right? But yeah, end goal, we got the camo, which wasn't too difficult, and then surprisingly enough, got the operator skin, which was very easy also once I'd completed the main tracks. So let's go ahead and check out the camo. So this is the Halloween Spoils camo. Once you unlock it, this is where it's going to be located at. It's in the events tab, and right here is where it is. Yeah, it's a pretty nice looking camo. I actually haven't yet tried it in game, so I'm keen to see how it looks in game. I'm guessing there's probably some glow in the dark aspect to it, stuff like that. But yeah, just a simple static camo, potential glow in the dark aspects to it is my guess. I'm not 100% certain. And yeah, it wasn't difficult. Wasn't difficult at all. Again, one thing I did forget to mention is in multiplayer, eliminating enemies drops the candy, so you have to run over the candy to collect them in multiplayer. Zombies, I guess eliminating the zombies will drop candy, and you have to run over the candy to collect them. But in Warzone, you need to do the looting. The looting is what gives the candy. I think I mentioned the Warzone thing, but I didn't mention the multiplayer and zombies aspect of it. So yeah, pick your mode and grind it out. I do think possibly once you complete the tracks, there's such heavy multipliers that jumping into Warzone might be why I completed the main mastery reward operator skin so fast. So yeah, like all my universal camo streams, what I like to do is we'll play quick play, maybe some small map or shipment, and we will run around with different weapon types based on the map. And then after the match, I will do the preview animation for that said weapon type that I just played with. And hopefully we can get through all the different weapon types over the course of this stream. For the assault rifle, we will be using the MTZ-556. Battle rifle, we will be using the DTIR 30-06. SMG, we've got the Static HV. Shotgun, we've got the Lockwood 680. LMG, we've got the Holger 26. Marksman rifle, we've got the KVD Enforcer. Sniper rifle, we've got the XRK Stalker. Handgun, we've got the Core 45. And melee weapon, we'll run around with the Soul Renderer. So that is the plan. Timestamps will be in the description. Like I said, if you want to skip to a specific gameplay, weapon type gameplay, or weapon type preview, once the stream goes into the archives. I will do a small preview for the operator skin at the very end if I can remember, if I don't forget. But, I mean, I'll have her equipped, but, you know, it's just a 50-50 on who I'll be playing as in match and all that, so I don't really know if it's going to be like a proper showcase or anything for her. It's a really cool operator skin, in my opinion. I was like mind blown, like how fast it unlocked when I jumped into like Warzone. But I think what must have been going on is because I had completed the base tracks for the most part, I think the multipliers on that was so high that it made the little bit of collecting was very easy and quick. So I don't know if it was a bug, but if I had to guess, it was more likely just because there was a high candy multiplier because I'd completed the other base tracks.
taking Charlie. Charlie secure. We have taken the lead. We're taking Alpha. Friendly UAV online. Securing objective Alpha. Friendly cruise missile deployed. Friendly UAV on station.
This has been looted. Cancel that.
We're losing Alpha.
X-ray. Taking rounds.
Enemies taking Alpha.
Copy that. UAV online and orbiting the air.
Hostile Mosquito is online. We're taking Bravo. Friendly UAV online. We're taking Alpha. Bravo. The enemy took Charlie. We control Alpha.
UAV is bingo fuel.
Enemy securing Bravo. Lost Bravo. Hostile UAV in the area. We're losing Alpha. Securing objective Charlie.
Oh, good God. Okay.
We're taking Charlie.
Enemy movement.
Enemy UAV active. Objective Charlie secure. Enemy taking Alpha. We're losing Charlie. Hostile care package. Hostile UAV in the area. Securing objective Bravo.
One extra here.
We control two objectives. Hostile chopper gunner incoming. Enemy securing Charlie. We're taking Bravo.
Dusted.
Objective Charlie is compromised. Get it back. Objective Bravo secure. Securing objective Charlie. Enemies taking Bravo. Enemies securing Bravo. Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back.
Copy. UAV is on station. Recon online.
This has been looted. Cancel that.
UAV ready.
Enemy movement.
UAV is bingo.
We're taking Charlie.
Marking enemy.
The enemy holds two objectives. Enemy UAV active. Securing objective Bravo. We're losing Alpha.
Solid copy. Counting UAV. Interference.
Enemies taking Alpha.
One extra.
UAV destroyed.
We're taking Bravo. Friendly
Yeah.
Enemy UAV active. Securing objective Charlie. The enemy is gaining ground. Push them back. Securing objective Bravo. Hostile UAV in the area. We're taking Charlie. We're losing Alpha. Charlie secure.
Marking enemy.
We're taking Bravo. We control Bravo. The UAV active. Enemies taking Bravo. Securing objective Alpha. We're losing Charlie. Enemies securing Bravo. We've lost Bravo. Alpha secure. The enemy took Charlie. Securing objective Charlie. The enemy has captured 2 objectives. Hostile advanced UAV overhead. Taking Charlie. Securing objective Charlie. We're taking Charlie. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemies taking Alpha.
This one moves fast, man. Okay, I just seen her
Active.
across the map and then
Securing objective Bravo. We're losing Alpha. Enemies taking Alpha. Objective Bravo secure. Objective Alpha is compromised. Get it. Securing objective Charlie. Friendly UAV online.
Someone was dying a lot on our team, man, to be giving them this many streaks. 'Cause I got a lot of Kingslayer kills, man, and still he streaked up so high every time. Like multiple times streaked up high. Yeah, these guys are getting slaughtered, dude. And then someone rage quit, obviously. Connection was... not that fair. Hey.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Enemies inside the perimeter. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Confirming next hardpoint. Sam, enemies inside the perimeter. Hostile mosquito is online. Enemy. Area updated.
Ooh, what a throw.
Compromised. Secure the area. Friendly UAV online. Hostile UAV in the area. Enemies inside the perimeter. Friendly UAV on station. Hardpoint relocated. Stand by. We've lost half the field. Fight back.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we lost really badly to that, but the like enemy team was playing like normal people. Like it couldn't have been fairer. Like I complain a lot about cheating and all, but just watch how like the enemies were playing. They were checking corners. They want instant pre-firing corners that they like. I was standing in a spot. They didn't instant pre-fire me as soon as they turned around the corner. They knew to check certain areas and they would aim fast enough to get kills when they got kills, but they were always checking spots. It took them microseconds to get on target when they saw me. Very normal gunfights. Even though they kicked our ass, the game was completely fair gunfight wise. I didn't notice the Kingslayer. I was looking for who the streaker was who streaked up. I don't know if I killed him or noticed him, but everyone I was interacting with gunfight wise and like I was killing or being killed felt completely fair and normal. Like I think they did a ban wave very recently. Like I was noticing a bunch of like content creators or whatever like been called out for being banned recently. So I presume they just did a ban wave like probably yesterday or day before, or yesterday like at some point, I'm guessing. But yeah, those gunfight, like, dude, I'm usually like constantly like complaining, man, how did they know? How did they know? It's because they fucking turn a corner and they know exactly where to aim and where to pre-fire, like exactly where I am. Sometimes it's obvious, but even then, it still takes like microseconds to just make sure to confirm the person is there in that spot, and hence I'll start shooting. Either that, or if you're pre-firing, you don't always land the pre-fire like correct spots. Whereas in like the earlier few days when I was going nuts about like how bad the cheater situation, dude, they were flying around corners and knew exactly where you were. Exactly. They wouldn't check a single spot other than exactly where you were. It wouldn't even take them a second to know that you were in that corner or whatever. Like they saw you like, walls. That was like a really good game. Like we got our ass kicked, but gunfights were feeling so like normal. Like it was a good game. They were not bad players. They were very good players. And they beat us, but everything felt fair about it. I have no issues losing when it's like that, dude. This is a bit laggy, the connection. Well, I mean, whatever.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand by. Enemy inside the perimeter. Hostile cluster mine active. Relocated. Secure the target area. Hostile unit in the area. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area.
Oh yeah, I didn't see him.
Target area updated. Move to the hard point. Hostile care package inbound. Enemy hard point compromised. Secure the area. Friendly UAV online. We've taken the lead.
Move, man.
Hardpoint relocating. Stand by. Standing by.
Copy. UAV is on station. Recon online. No signal from the UAV. Recon is down. Copy. Counter UAV deployed. Counter UAV destroyed.
Hostile UAV in the area. Friendly Overwatch helo inbound. Inside the perimeter. Hardpoint contact. Hardpoint. Stand by. Enemies inside the perimeter. Target area updated. Move to the hard point.
The fuck, this guy keeps.
Enemy movement. Hostile cluster mine detected. Friendly UAV on station. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Hardpoint relocating. Stand by. Friendly Overwatch helo in the area. Hardpoint relocating. Secure the target area. Perimeter. The enemy sighted. Enemy UAV active. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Enemies inside the perimeter. Confirming next hardpoint. Stand by. We've secured the lead. You're halfway to mission complete. Finish. Friendly UAV online. Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Friendly Overwatch. We've lost the lead. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Our team, the amount of choppers we're calling in is suspicious.
Enemies inside the perimeter. Moving Friendly Overwatch helo in the area.
Counter UAV offline.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. FAE to your position.
It's MIA.
UAV ready to deploy.
Copy. Counter UAV. Destroy. Copy. UAV is on station.
Hardpoint relocated. Secure the target area.
No signal from the UAV. Recon is down.
Hostile UAV in the area. Enemies inside the perimeter. Friendly UAV on. Enemy UAV active. Confirming next hardpoint. Stand hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Target area updated. Enemies inside the perimeter. Friendly cluster deployed. Friendly UAV online. We've secured the field. Mission accomplished.
When a team gets too many streaks, that's also I feel suspicious. I don't know what these guys do, guys, or whether you did anything weird or not. That's what, like, when you get like really high streaks, like it happens on occasion, like that happens, right? Like when like suddenly like the enemy team has all these high streaks. But when it's like happening way too often, then it's like, okay, what's going on here? This is not normal. That was also happening a ton during the last few days. But like enemy team was just streaking up like high streaks every game after game after game, like, and almost immediately. It's like, dude, that shit doesn't happen, dude. It's a very rare occasion those things happen. Again, I think the enemy team was fumbling this. I don't really know. Like, teammates might not have been cheating or anything. It's just like, even I was on a pretty high streak near the end. I would have gotten my VTOL if there was a little more time. It's really weird, but like there's a flow to games, right? Like even without dying to a cheater, you know, like the natural like flow of most games, right? And when things are like happening, like where you're getting streaked up super fast or something, other factors also, right? And like enemies are extremely aggressive, and like it's like, yo, what's going on, right? And it just completely like breaks the flow of the normal gameplay. Those are like huge like red flags for cheating without even needing to see someone like is cheating.
We've lost the lead. Stand by.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
I think that's like the biggest flaw of cheaters. Like, they don't actually know the real flow of games. So that's why like it becomes very obvious that they're cheating.
UAV is being refueled. RTB at this time.
I mean, honestly, like the flow of a game
Ready to deploy.
could be like, it's so basic a thing, right? It could actually be programmed into like cheat detection. To like not necessarily ban people, but to flag games that are immediately like
UAV in the area.
over aggressive. Right? It's like, I mean, it would take a pretty smart person to like be able to program it though. Like it's not something easy, but it could be done. And that would be a early like indicator, like if someone's cheating, like you'd get flagged for like the weird flow, right, of your games. God, this Red Riding Hood's a bit of a like spot me a mile away kind of suit, right? Can I get out of this?
Friendly UAV online.
And you could argue like, no, there's good awareness and stuff like that, right? People have good awareness. That's why like the flow is so like aggressive. It's true, people have good awareness. But you could definitely program a cheat detection thing to recognize overly aggressive matches and then further assess the game, right? Like, okay, this is kind of aggressive. Maybe it needs to be looked into.
UAV is on station.
Hostile mosquito is online.
Like just something as simple as like, dude, this person never checks any corners and he always knows where the enemy is and he's pre-firing those shots always. He doesn't check, right? He's not looking around when he's like taking around corners and all. Like just normal stuff, and he's always like knows where the enemies are. That should just be like an immediate detection, like, oh, maybe this guy's got wall zone, there's something weird going on here.
Enemy UAV active. Hostile UAV in the area.
So the guy didn't check, and he like, that's normal behavior. Like sometimes you forget to check that, right? That's normal. Like really good cheat detections, like advanced anti-cheat detections. Don't necessarily need to only look for like proper aimbot or something like that. It's also just basic human behavior. If you are behaving differently while you're playing, then what is normal, right? that should just raise flags like, is this guy doing something different and cheating? That's why his like behavior is so different.
Hostile care package. Ready to deploy. Enemy UAV active.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
Like if it picked up on like normal human behavior patterns and stuff, I think cheat detection would be a lot
Near your position.
better. A lot better.
Enemy over Kilo inbound. Hostile cluster mine active.
Counter UAV is offline.
So another problem, like with a human trying to like determine like, it's like, oh, did he cheat, didn't he cheat kind of thing, right? Is like something like high alert and stuff like that, right? This game provides so many instances like, oh, why did he turn? Maybe he had high alert, right? It gives people like those, just so many excuses. It genuinely like creates these like things that make it difficult for someone to like genuinely know in this game. That's why the cheats need to like just be on top of that shit. Like, okay, say the guy like notices someone's coming behind and he doesn't have a high alert, right? And he does this a bit too often. Or things like that, dude. I don't know, man. Like I don't even know the extent of cheating in this game. Like what is possible, right? I presume I don't even know, man. But like it wouldn't be difficult to program a cheat based on behavior. Like human behavior. There'd be a lot of things. And obviously, like if you do go in that route where you're like not necessarily banning someone because he's behaving weird in his gameplay, right? But at least flagging those instances so you can kind of monitor it closer, right? Those kind of things, like that kind of like technology, it might start off at like a kind of basic state. But the more you develop into that, the better and like more effective it'll get, right? Like you just keep improving based on like the behaviors that it's like picking up on. It's kind of like just normal, like when a good player is playing and he has that instinctual like something is weird, and that's why like they call him like, oh, is he cheating? Is he cheating? Yeah, there's a lot of like bad players that just don't know what they're talking about, right? But there are certain instincts in you, even in the bad players, that are picking up on some weird thing, right? It's like tells, man. It's like poker tells. It's like, it's very simple. Like the better you are at picking up those tells, like, okay, this guy was doing something weird here, right? In that momentary instance, it's a little difficult for any individual to know for certain, right? Because it's like a very small tell that's happening right there. And it's a very short instant that it was happening. But for the game to not be able to pick up on those tells when it's happening regularly enough, and the game should be aware of those kind of things, right? Like it should be like, okay, something's weird's happening here. Let's monitor this player. Without putting him in a shadow banned lobby or anything. They don't need to put him in a cheater lobby, but they can start monitoring like what his like things are. And then if he's continuing pushing those moments where those tells are happening, like this is kind of weird, this is kind of weird, right? That is how you kind of like break down and can start telling, oh, this guy's lying, or this guy's cheating and stuff like, those are the scenarios, right? The more you play with someone, the more you can tell, easier tell like, oh, this guy's kind of fibbing here, like when he's playing poker, right? You know, like his habits. right? You can tell by his tells because you know him. That's how the game should be like learning and working to banning people. And honestly, in a situation like that, right, where it's like picking up on your tells and stuff and the way you're playing and just monitoring that, right? It doesn't even need to like say like, oh, he's not hitting 100% headshots, right? It's still that doesn't matter anymore, right? I don't want to play this map. I don't know why. I'm just not feeling it. In a situation like an anti-cheat that is developed like that, right? Where it's working off like tells and behaviors and stuff like that, then you wouldn't even need something like a kernel level anti-cheat. You know, a lot of people like, I don't want a kernel level anti-cheat because then it's monitoring what I'm doing on my computer and all. I don't want that and all, right? You wouldn't even need that once a really well-developed software that functions based on your behavior is a little bit better. Right now, even like if they developed a behavioral styled anti-cheat, right? It would be pretty rudimentary. I wouldn't even like, it would be a long-term goal, right? To develop something like that. But it would be a wise long-term goal. So at the moment, I would still say kernel level anti-cheats and stuff like that. Those things make a lot of sense and are very valuable, right? But yeah, in the future, if they put time into like developing software that is based on behavior, it wouldn't even need to like look into your computer to see if you're cheating or not. It would just know. And these concepts aren't like, these aren't foreign concepts. It sounds like fucking like, you know, 1984 kind of like post-apocalypse world kind of bullshit, right? Like the Big Brother sort of scenario bullshit, right? But it's really not. It really isn't. And it's sort of happening to a certain extent already, the way like advertisement works online and all. It looks at what you're shopping. It looks like what you're buying. It looks like what you're looking at, how long you're looking at these things. And it immediately can determine what kind of advertisements best suit the person that it's trying to target, right? And already that's like, man, that's hardcore, right? But it's really a basic thing, man, like in reality. Especially once you have that information, it becomes reasonably basic. God, I heard that thumping in the background. Pat, pat, pat. Did teammate die there? Like, the better the players, right? Like the really, really talented players and all, they can read your like kind of like strategies, right? Like they can kind of read what you're gonna do before you do it, right? That's how they can predict it. Like they can be a little bit like that, right? It's possible. It wouldn't be hard to like get a system that does something similar. Hey. Did that idiot spawn behind me?
Hostile UAV in the area. You're halfway to mission complete. Finish it. Friendly UAV online.
Snipers down. Multiple.
Copy that. UAV online and orbiting the AO.
UAV ready to deploy.
Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
Oh, I got lucky with that.
On your six. The mission is complete. Good work.
Like even now, like when, like just yesterday, okay, I was playing a game and like I was enjoying myself the whole day, and then the second last game of the day, I was getting fucking slammed, and they knew exactly where I was, right? And I'm like, fuck, what's going on, man? These guys are cheating or something, right? And then I was like, okay, I'll play one more game, like, you know, maybe they won't cheat and some shit like that, right? Let's play small map. I think shotgun's the only thing left, and then handgun. Yeah. And I realized in the last game, I didn't have Ghost on. And I felt like an idiot. I was like, oh, if they had even a single UAV, they would have known exactly where the hell I was, right? So here's a like human error instinct where I thought they might be cheating, and then I realized I'm an idiot. I didn't have Ghost on if they had even one UAV up, right? For a game, okay, it wouldn't be difficult to be like, okay, these basic indicators where this person isn't there. That level of knowledge that this person is exactly where they are or something, and these people are looking, is either suspicious, or it's like, oh, these indicators are there, them checking you that quickly isn't that suspicious, right? And then you can like even like go even further. How fast are they like locking onto you when they know where you are or when they don't know where you are? These are all just like human things that technology has enough data with you playing to be able to tell pretty quickly whether it's normal or not normal. Like how fast you lock onto someone when you have the knowledge that they're there and when you don't have that knowledge.
Securing objective Alpha. Domination.
Again, those kind of instinctual things that I'm saying, it doesn't necessarily... Oh my god, dude. Thank you.
Get it back.
It could just be things that raise red flags that put you into like that kind of like watch to see what is happening scenario. Like, it doesn't even need to be like, oh, this guy needs to react in this exact amount of time, like every time. Sometimes people react slowly, sometimes they react fast, but there's normal behavioral reaction times versus what comes off as extraordinary or abnormal. If you're constantly, your reaction time is constantly on the extraordinary side, maybe you need to be looked at the very least, right? If you're just extraordinary for one game, and then the next game you're like not so extraordinary and all, and there's inconsistencies, that's another way to tell, like, okay, this guy's probably not doing anything massively suspicious. He got one game where he did well, man. I don't know, man. Maybe for like some people it'd be difficult, like they don't understand like human psychology or something. But in my head, it feels like, man, that shouldn't be too difficult to figure out, man. I'll tell you another thing. It sounds like so weird, okay? Like, oh, that sounds so intrusive and all, right? But they're already collecting all that same data from you. That information is already in the game. It's not like the information isn't in the game and all, and they need to like do something like outside the norms. That information is all in the game. Like, they're not taking anything outside the game that would like determine these things. And I'm telling you, it would be significantly less intrusive. Significantly less intrusive. Because you wouldn't even notice it. It's just you play your game normally. That's all. And when you're not playing your game, like, and something is suspicious, it'll automatically figure it out. It doesn't need to like, is he using a different program? No, it's like, dude, you're fucking playing like a fucking high-level pro, like every freaking gunfight. Or even beyond what pro level like reaction times are. Dude, where did teammate run off to, man? Like even if you're on a new account or something, it wouldn't matter, dude. I'm telling you, human behavior, like, it's so like, as much as everyone wants to act like they're so different and all, they really aren't. They're just not. It'd be very easy, even on a New York account, to determine the guy's been cheating all his life. Like, if he's doing something outside extraordinary. Again, I'm not saying ban them on suspicions of like weird behavior, but it is definitely an easy way to like flag the people without being intrusive. Like, also the key thing, like, that you have to understand, like, in a system where it's, like, determining, like, your kind of, like, it's going based on, like, what I'm describing, right? It doesn't need to create a profile for you, individual profile. It just needs to have a profile of human behavior, what is normal and what isn't. And if you are going outside those norms, then you get flagged. But it doesn't need like your personal profile, like this is how you are and all. No, it just needs a basic profile for normal humans, man. Again, in my opinion, I'm making it sound easy or something. But it probably is kind of more complex. But I think very doable too, in my opinion. In fact, arguably, like SBMM is more intrusive than what I'm describing. Because SBMM does make a profile on your personal behaviors. Or like, not EOMM or whatever, engagement-based matchmaking. Whatever they have. Like, that does require profiling you as an individual. And same with like advertisements and all. Those tend to profile the individual and then target the ads to you. What I'm describing is like, dude, just a generalized human behavior kind of anti-cheat detection, like on a base level. Again, there still needs to be, it can't only be that, but that could be a very early indicator flag. Like it flags you immediately. It's one of those things that can be quick to like indicate like, okay, something weird is going on here, right? And the better those are, the faster it would like flag the right people. And again, it's not profiling you. It's profiling just normal human behaviors. And if you start falling outside those like behaviors and reactions and normal, like kind of just normal things, then you get flagged and then you kind of get checked. And it can do the deeper dive onto like you when those like flags happen. Like you get flagged like that. And again, when I'm saying normal, I mean, it still can like take into account high skill players and low skill players and all. But there's still a norm to it. Jeez, who is fucking voting derail, man? How is people voting this map, man? I'm backing out. I didn't mean to. It's pistols. I'm gonna run around with a pistol on derail. That's madness. Is there any other better map for pistol action that I can just... I mean, honestly, I would actually... I feel it's not as difficult. I feel like it's a complex idea, but very doable. Very, very doable. Create an anti-cheat around early detection, anti-cheat around human behavior and like reactions and things like that. And just basic norms while taking, dude, again, no, this is not going to be a good pistol map, dude. Please, let me back up quickly. And I think that was a game in progress too, man. It looked like half fucking teams left already. The thing is, my idea, okay, I'll tell you why I suspect my idea would never even, most like companies wouldn't even be bothered, is because it's time, effort, and money required. Companies just are looking for the easy, cheap way to figure things out. Quick and easy, cheap. Kernel level anti-cheat, cheap, easy. It just looks into your computer, you're cheating, you're cheating. Done and dusted. It doesn't need to have this kind of like intelligent fucking cheat detection. But I could guarantee you, if they actually put time into that, it would be like, it wouldn't matter what cheat you're using. You'd get picked up. Because when someone's cheating, when someone's lying and all, it's usually their own tells that gives them away. Like, more than anything else. So it wouldn't matter like if like you had the most advanced breaking cheat system. The person using the cheat will still give it away based on the way he's playing. So it wouldn't need to detect the cheat. It would just need to just detect that you're doing something abnormal. To a certain extent, that is what's happening. It's like, dude, if you're getting like really 100% headshots, you're probably cheating, right? So on a very basic level, it does do something like that. But I'm talking going much deeper into what is normal and what isn't. And I'll give, like I said, my idea, I'll give the like possibility that people have the potential of breaking the norms and not being completely. But it would still, like I said, it would just be an early detection system. The further detections would probably prevent it from banning those people, like that might be breaking the norms but aren't cheating just because they're talented or different or have like, you know, just a different way of thinking or something like that, right?
Your mission is simple. Eliminate them all. We've secured the lead.
And again, the idea wouldn't require throwing someone into like the shadow ban lobbies and stuff like that. It would, you'd just be playing normally and it would either flag you and then start checking or... Dude, are these guys goobers or something? What the hell? I mean, I don't mind. I'm glad because pistol gameplay is always ass for me now. See, even like you go into a high streak like I am right now, right? That's not what the game's picking up on what I'm suggesting. What it would be picking up is if I'm like, oh, there he is. I know exactly where he is. And I'm just looking. Here. He's here. He's here. And he is there, right? That would be weird. Wait, what the fuck? Dude, these guys are goobers, man. Very. I'll take it. Ah, this guy's actually like semi-competent.
Finish it.
You at least turned, okay? Not a complete giver.
Marking enemy tacticals.
Dude, I can never hit these things.
Mission time is half over. Maintain the lead.
I honestly didn't know you could climb up that way. Until just now. I have a riot shield on my back, that's why he couldn't melee me.
Copy that. UAV is on station. UAV is exiting the A.
Friendly UAV online.
I mean, what blows my mind, I'll tell you one thing that blows my mind, and this is like such a basic like tell of an anti-cheat, right? And I don't get how the fuck games don't pick up on it, okay? The game should already know, like it should know your inputs, your controller inputs and stuff like that, right? Or mouse and keyboard inputs, right? It should know exactly how much you're inputting into the game. It also should know what your sensitivities are because you're presetting them, right? Just this information alone, it should know where you're aiming whenever you're aiming. Exactly where you're aiming and whenever you're aiming and where the gun should be going. It should already know this information. So even if there's a slight aimbot or something like that, right? It should know, man. It's like, why is your aim going in this direction?
Visual on the enemy.
These guys are fucking with me or something, man. I don't know, man. They can't be this bad, dude.
Copy that. UAV is on station.
So when something's getting locked on, or like your aim is getting dragged or something because you got like aimbot, even if it's just like silent aim, right? How the fuck does the game not know? How the fuck does a game not know, like you have not put in the correct inputs for your aim to be in that position? Right? What's up, Slayer? How you doing? Like, it should know. Like, I'm not saying it should be able to predict where your inputs are, but based on the inputs and your sensitivities and all the game and the, like, it's just a fucking computer, man. It should know already, like if I hit this, this is where it should be. If I move here, this is where it should be. If suddenly your aim is fucking getting dragged here and it's just following an enemy, it should fucking know. And you can be like, no, but what about stick drift? Stick drift is still a fucking input in the game, so it should know where your aim is moving because of stick drift. Because you're putting in that input. So how the fuck does a game not know, even when there's just a very minimal amount of aimbot? How does it not know when something is getting locked onto a position that it should not have that aim? Like, it should not be in that position because you did not put the correct inputs.
1 minute remaining.
Well, I guess the problem, I think I know why. I'm a bit of an idiot. Because the cheat is putting in the input for you. So the game doesn't recognize that you're not actually putting in those inputs. I guess that's probably what it is, right? That's the realistic answer between that. Because the cheat thing is already inputting that thing. But again, I guess that becomes more the reason why it should be what is natural and what is not normally humanly natural, right? And that's how it should pick up things. Yeah, I guess that's probably what it is, right? When the cheat, that's what the cheat things are doing. It's automatically doing the inputs for you to be perfect. That was like a brilliant fucking handgun lobby, I'll tell you that much. Usually I get completely dudied on. Alright, shipment action. After they nerfed the Core 45 and then buffed it, nerfed it, and all that bullshit, handgun gameplay has been brutal. But that was actually good. Yeah, I guess the inputs are like a little confusing for like cheat detection because the cheat providers are inputting the things for you. So that's why like cheat providers can't figure out, oh, you haven't put in the correct input. No, to them, they think you've put the correct input, but it's actually like the cheat that's doing it for you. But again, that further, like I said, develops my idea like what is normal, what is natural. The more you develop that into your cheat software, anti-cheat software, the more likely it'll be able to like pick up on those things very quickly. I mean, I don't know, man. I'd have to do a lot of research into like what is possible. Because I'm guessing like even though the timing between the snap, like so you'll have a bubble where your aim will automatically lock onto enemies, right? Or like when you aim down sights or whatever the fuck it is, right? There's probably even timers or something where don't snap onto it unless it's like within this amount of milliseconds or some shit. I don't know, man. Fuck it. I'm sure it's very complicated. It is a very complicated thing. But I'm also convinced the more you develop it based on like the people, as opposed to just simply trying to detect the software, the more likely the cheat softwares will become more and more harder to like combat. Anti-cheat softwares will become more. Oh, fucking face. Bump me.
Securing objective Bravo.
Should have done some slipped and sliding.
Securing objective Bravo. Taking Bravo. Hostile mosquito is online.
Dude, what the fuck? I want to do the long sword cut. Oh, I thought it'd go. Yeah, whatever. Dude, fucking the bounce on this, man. I actually kind of like this shipment. I've heard some people not been a fan of this one. But I like this design. It's very clean and easy to see. I hit that, man. Fucking, I'm stunning myself, man. So, okay, there's Dark Ops challenges coming to Black Ops 6, right? One of Black Ops 4's Dark Ops challenges, and I'll bet you this will be a Dark Ops challenge. It almost always is. But maybe not, I don't know, man. Fucking. No guarantees. Is you throw back the enemy's grenade and kill them with it. Like you kill them with their own grenade. That used to be a common Dark Ops challenge. Wait, how did that not hit, man? In Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2, there was like a secret challenge for like a calling card or something. Like no, it was like an emblem. They used to do like secret challenges for emblems, I think it was, right? And one of them was to sticky your own teammate, throw a sticky grenade on your own teammate, and let him run into the enemy and like eliminate the enemy. Like, in core mode, you wouldn't hurt your teammates if they stuck you, they sticky them, right? So then you could just sticky them and they'll run into like the combat and it would explode and help you take out enemies. That white one's really fucking trying to get her streaks up. Killing her. Dude, these bars are like knocking it like, dude, frick it, man. I hate this map. It's very... Those bars are knocking the like flashbangs. If you hit it in the corner there or something. How are these not hidden, man? I died a lot over I know. I thought I was breaking even at the very least, but I did die a lot. I'm telling you, there must have been a massive ban wave. The cheetah population is suddenly like next to none today and yesterday. Large portion of yesterday at least. I mean, whenever there is a big ban wave, it does feel, the game feels amazing. Because usually like it's put the cheetahs to bed for a short while at least. You know, I wonder, like for me in my head, right? It's like, dude, shouldn't it be obvious? Like, for me, like, it seems like so obvious a thing, like, check the enemy's kind of like behavioral patterns, like, and if it's odd, you know, that should flag them, right? That seems like such an obvious thing. Like, why doesn't, that should be what's happening. That just should be, that's how anti-cheats should be detecting people, right? But all too often, I feel like that's not what is going on. Like, that's why, like, you know, you see like these really fucking suspicious, weird things going on, and yet those people are not getting banned until like some massive ban wave or until like, you know, something gets finally detected. some technical side gets detected and then finally they'll get banned. Anyway, whatever. Like, say something as simple as like, I know there's some cheats or something where you can plug in a mouse and keyboard and then you'll get aim assist for the mouse, right? And that's been a problem for not only COD, but multiple games. Like in my head, it's like, dude, the way you move a mouse, right? Versus the way you can move like a controller aim is so different, right? Shouldn't it be like super fucking easy for like the thing to like, oh, the movement of that aim is very strange and it's yet we're detecting it, it's a controller? That doesn't seem right. That's not how a controller moves aim. It's like, dude, that should be just an automatic like red flag. Why is this happening? Anyway, whatever. Like I said, I do think like my core concept of like human behavior and reaction and all that, like just that is still in as easy it is as it sounds in my head. I'm fairly certain it is a very complicated, what's it called, thing to program and to like nail down. Like I said, even if they programmed it, it would probably be very rudimentary and would take like years before the software was like, you know, slowly like updated and all to be very efficient. But again, in my opinion, that time would be well worth it, because when it does, and it does get to that level, it would be like damn near impossible to like not detect like cheaters, no matter what the fuck they're doing. Because it would just be like, it would be the way, dude. Again, my opinion is early detection for a system like that. It's still important to like to prove that the person is cheating, as opposed to just being suspicious about it or things. So, and I think human behavior and stuff, it allows for suspicion to be played on, but it isn't proof. This is always the easy way to see if something's glow in the dark. There we go. It's a glow in the dark. Otherwise, this would be completely black. Dude, I'll tell you another thing, man. When there's no cheaters in the game and all, like, and I'm just playing, like, and it's just normal players and all, I could play this game for hours on end. No joke. I could seriously just be sitting here playing and doing jack shit and just enjoying myself. That's how it used to be, man. That's how it used to be. Like, there was no reason to play. I just keep playing because I enjoyed the game. The minute you get into those, like, really suspicious, sweaty, ultra sweaty lobbies and shit like that, it's like, dude, I don't want to play this game anymore. The anti-cheat's so important, dude. Like, I was just watching a video, like YouTube video of one of these streamers. I don't want to call the dude's name out, but the streamer just got like perma-banned, like probably just yesterday or day before, right? Whenever this anti-cheat thing rolled out. And on top of his like, you know, like stream kind of overlay, it had how many times he had nuked a lobby. And it was in the 300s. He had 300 nukes. Over 300 nukes. And this guy got perma-banned, so he was probably, very highly probably cheating the whole time. 300 lobbies, he nuked people. And made them feel like shit. And only now he's getting detected as a cheat. Ruined the game for many people, dude. I'm telling you. Worst feeling ever, man, getting nuked on by some goober. And the sad thing is, those 300 plus lobbies that he nuked, not one of those players will be informed that he nuked them because he was a cheater. They'll never know. They'll never fucking know. They'll just think they were bad. Because the game doesn't tell you, like, oh yeah, that guy who just fucked you over in that game and just nuked you, yeah, he was a cheater. No, you'll never know that happened. He just gets banned, and in your head, you got nuked on, and you don't know why. They don't fucking tell you, like, oh yeah, you got shit on, like, by all these people. They were all cheaters. Don't worry about it. You're good. No, they don't fucking tell you that shit. Over 300 plus lobbies he's nuked. And only now he's fucking getting banned. Let's put it on the RGL. Or RGL or let's do the RGL. I was gonna be the RPG, might be better for the Halloween treat. And I guarantee that was just like one guy that I was watching a video because he got outed publicly in his stream. Like, he got perma-banned. How many of these, like, dude, how many of these, like, cheaters that I'm coming across that are fucking slamming the lobby? No one knows, man. You don't get told. You'll just always question yourself, like, oh, did I just suck? Do I just suck? The game doesn't fucking tell you. I'm guaranteeing you there's a large chunk of population that he probably like are not playing that game anymore because of people like him. Like, they got like really slammed hard, didn't understand why, stopped playing the game. This guy continued doing what he was doing, lobby after lobby after lobby, and only now he's getting banned. The amount of people like they must have lost, like I said, dude, just me alone, dude. Between yesterday and today, the lobbies have been playing normally. So much fun. I really don't have a whole lot to do, but I want to keep playing the game and enjoying myself. Whereas just 3 or 4 days ago, it was 2 hours of non-stop hackers, and I couldn't put the controller down faster. And did not want to look at the game for the next week or so. It's just like, I'm, an idiot and just play this game way too much. But yeah, I didn't want to play the game after that. It was like, and I wanted to stop sooner and sooner. I was just shocked that it was going on for as long as it was going on. Like, lobby after lobby. I'll tell you one thing. The older you get, like, the more, like, you rely on the comfort games. And unfortunately, COD became my comfort game. That's why I like playing it, even when I shouldn't honestly just stop playing it sometimes. Wait. Do I only have one fucking token after playing this whole time? There is no way, dude. Did my battle pass just not progress this whole stream? What the fuck happened to my battle pass, man? I should have got like at least 2 or 3 tokens, I would feel. After 8 games of game time? Trick-or-treats, candy hunt, Halloween spoils, universal camo. Checked out, played with, actually enjoyed. Even though I was ranting about nonsense, I was enjoying playing the game while ranting, which is a rare occasion. But I was actually having fun. Let's go through the camo one last time. I mean, it's a pretty basic camo. Like, it's not like anything crazy, but I actually like it. It's fun, thematic, and I like it. It's just a fun design. It's done well. And very like Halloween nostalgia kind of vibes of it, right? Yeah, I mean, not like a whole lot to criticize. I like it a lot, and I personally wouldn't actually change anything. I mean, it's just really simple and I like it. I mean, I guess there's always things that maybe... I like the idea for reaction-based camo, right? But I don't like the idea of it just kind of like timer-based. I like the idea of a camo being reaction-based, based on actions. Like I mentioned before, like maybe reloading the gun will change something, right? Or doing something like that, right? I could, again, I like the camo, so I don't really care whether they did or didn't do this. Like, I'm fine with it the way it is. But I could see like a potential reaction to it just changing the colors. Something as simple as that. You know, like it's orange, it's red, things like that, right? Halloween themed colors. But again, I don't like the idea of changing the color like as a scrolling animation. I'd prefer if it was like some form of reaction. Maybe kills or something like that, you know, the usual nonsense. Like you get a kill, it changes the color. So every time you kill it, you're changing the color. Or every time you get a 3 streak. I think every kill would be a little bit too quick, changing colors. Maybe every 3 streak, it'll change the color. And then just stick to that color until you get another 3 streak, whether you live or die, you know, and just keeps on kind of with maybe like 2 or 3 different colors, not more than that. Like, or 3, 2 is a little less. 3 or 4, 3 would be a good number. Like yellow, orange, red. Something as simple as that, right? Could be that. But I mean, I like it. I still like it. I guess the other thing is, I don't know, like, it's something that every time I loaded the gun in, like when I was doing the preview animation, it would kind of glitch. And the glow-in-the-dark sections would get really bright for a second and then go back to normal. I kind of like that effect also. So maybe like a pulsating brightness to it. But again, like, I like the design and all. I don't really have any issues with whether they did or didn't do that. Or even if it's just the speckles, maybe the speckles could be like, you know, a little bit either moving or go a little brighter or darker and something like that, right? Again, I think it's a fun camo as it is. I don't need that nonsense. Sometimes simple is best, right? Don't need to do all of that extra bits and bobs. Dude, Halloween candy, man. They're good. It's nonsense, but like, dude, for some reason, just looking at it, I'm craving some of them, right? Like even that round one with the little disc candy. Like they have those like there and there. I used to eat that all the time. And then I was talking about this yesterday, the candy corn. That was also another favorite of mine. Like the disc thing was like chalk, but I still liked it, dude. It's like, yeah, I like it, man. It's good, man. Especially during Halloween and all. Fuck it, man. I'll have some of that nonsense. You know, I got into cooking, and I actually made like pumpkin pancakes. Like I made from scratch, completely scratch. I made the pumpkin puree, then made the pumpkin pancake batter with the puree and stuff like that, and then made pancakes out of it in India. I also used to like, again, when I was really young, and we used to properly celebrate Halloween because like we used to live like in a American district near the school that I used to go to. I did carve like the pumpkin things and all. I did like a pumpkin carving and shit like that. Yesterday during the bonus section, I talked about like one of my times where I was like, I dressed up in a trash bag because my parents got mad at me and refused to buy me like a Halloween costume because I was being naughty. And then they felt bad because like everyone was going trick or treat, but it's too late. So I just put on like a trash can bag, and that was my costume. So that was like the depressing side of the story, right? I didn't actually tell you. I think the following year, because my parents felt so bad about the previous year, they ended up like ordering me like a costume. So I actually ended up dressing up. I don't know if this was for Halloween or the time. It had to be for Halloween though. But I got like a Blanca, like the Street Fighter, that character, the Blanca costume. And I dressed up as Blanca. Actually, in India, it's really weird. Like, Halloween isn't, like, I mean, I guess, like, if you're kind of, like, like, got the foreign things, you do celebrate Halloween somewhat, right? And definitely during, like, all the, like, streaming shows and stuff like that. But in India, like, Halloween's usually around the same time as this season, like, the holiday thing called Diwali. So that's actually more celebrated in India than Halloween. It's usually very similar timing-wise. Not exactly same dates or anything like that, but within like, similar timeline. Usually that's where the big sales also happen in India, so. Like Diwali like is kind of like the Christmas sales like in India. So if you're looking for like that kind of like Christmas sale year, Diwali is the time where all the like everyone's selling things on discount and all, and there's a huge massive sale going on everywhere. Wait. Yeah, I mean, all in all, I like the camo. It's fun. It's cool. I enjoyed it. It's chill. And more than that, like I said, player base was fun to play with and against. All right. Also, before we go, we'll showcase the operator. We'll just do a quick rotate. I got a finishing move with her in the game.
Back to kicking arses.
Usually I forget to do that, but we got it in this game. Yeah. Blood Red Riding Hood. So it looks like. Like, I really like this, actually. This, like, skin. It looks like,
Back to kicking arses.
it has a, like, why is it pulling down, man? Fucking, damn. I tell you, this controller has got so much drift. I'm sending it back in for replacement under warranty. It has like realistic feel to the costume. Like some of these kind of out there costumes and all, right? Like, you know, the cat heads and the dog heads and all. It looks too like unnatural. This looks like just a pretty girl in a Halloween costume or something like that, right? Or something like that, right? It looks realistic. Which is what I like about it. I mean, I know there's a place for the like supernatural like stuff and all like that, like the entity like thing, right? That's like way out there, right? It's like it's so over the top, it doesn't even look natural, but it's cool. But yeah, like, dude, like, what is this, right? It's like, all right, it's cool, but it's like, really, what is that? This, like, is like, you know, it's like, oh, it's Halloween, it's fun, works out. I don't mind it so much. So yeah, the Trick or Treat event, Universal Camo, checked out. The Mastery Reward also showcased a little bit. There's actually one more item. I didn't want to use it because it's like for the melee weapon. I mean, even like when I'm running around melee only, I prefer the Soul Renderer. So I really did not want to equip this one because it doesn't have much range, dude. But I think the gutter knife was it. Yeah, this is the melee weapon. The Holly Ho chocolate bar. This doesn't have good range and all, so that's why I didn't use it for the melee game. Like the gutter knife. I'll show with camo also if you want to see it. So it looks like. There's actually one camo when I was looking at it, like this one, where you maintain the like design, but like the camo just, that's kind of cool, right? I wish all the camos had this kind of coverage. And then if you want to see, I did check. Wait, yeah. This one just takes over the whole thing again. Yeah, I'll tell you one thing, man. Like in 29, like some reason, I think because Infinity Ward got like a lot of negative feedback, especially like in Modern Warfare 2 and all. They got like super salty and shit like that, and I don't think they like the player base anymore. But like in Modern Warfare like 2019, they were so like they used to do fun stuff, man. Like they did like Easter eggs on the gunfight maps and all. Like almost every season there would be a gunfight map with an Easter egg that you could solve, and like it would do something fun in that map, right? In the Halloween one, I think they had a melee weapon as one of the rewards, and if you put a mastery camo on it, it said something. Like it revealed like some etching, like. They don't do that. I don't know. Like I said, I think they got like super salty because like the player base hated Modern Warfare 2 so much that they stopped doing that kind of like, you know, fun Easter egg stuff that they used to do in 2019, which is unfortunate, I guess. But I mean, to be fair, Modern Warfare 2 was pretty bad. The fuck? Why is this not connecting? So yeah, that's it. That's everything for this trick or treat thing. Don't plan on doing like a special stream for that melee weapon or anything like that, or the operator skin. It was just for this camo. But yeah, it's fun. Again, the event thing was so weird. I'm almost positive it had to be like the multipliers, because I'd completed the base event like in multiplayer. And then the minute I jumped into Warzone, like it almost insta completed the like operator skin thing. So as much as I hate saying it, if you really want to knock out this challenge, just go loot up in Warzone. Like the looting, like in Plunder or like Purgatory, it's like a super easy way to complete the event and get some of this stuff without really having to put yourself out there. But at the same time, it seems like, in my opinion, the cheater population has been reduced, at least in multiplayer. So maybe consider jumping into multiplayer and giving that a go, because it was quite a bit of fun, at least these last couple of days. That's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check out my old streams if you haven't already, and I will catch you later. Bye. Yeah, genuinely had a lot of fun. Cool camo, and really cool operator skin too. This is a good event and wasn't difficult to complete.